Anthony Hartwig here with a South Range Volleyball Coach's Corner with Coach TJ Irons. South Range, a big win last night in the tournament to open their sectional tournament play against Columbiana on the road. Coach, I guess we'll open with that. I mean, how impressive was it to go on the road, win as an underdog as far as the numbers were concerned and the seating was concerned? How proud are you of your girls to go and battle a good Columbiana team on the road?
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me. I appreciate the time, but Columbiana is always a tough place. It's always a rival for us, being our neighbor. Jen does such a good job, Coach Martin over there with her teams. We scrimmage them every year because we know they're going to be well coached, and we know the girls are going to play hard. And they did it again last night. They played great defense against us. They kept the ball alive. They really did some nice things. And our girls, we came out and played really well early. We had a little bit of a letdown in that third game, but I don't know if it was so much of a letdown on our part initially as it was just Columbiana played really well, and we struggled with that. And then in the fourth game, we got it figured out again, and they changed their mind, and our girls figured out that they wanted to. It was pretty important for them to win, so they got after it a little bit. It was fun to see.
Definitely ups and downs this season in a very tough NEA conference with three teams that are top 5 seeds in their district. What are some of your takeaways from the regular season and things that you saw from your team and how they battled through some of the valleys to not let it go and really spiral out of control?
Sure. That's a challenge. Volleyball is just as much, if not more, mental than it is physical. But the schedule we have, I think, we played West Branch early, a bigger school. We played Lakeview twice. We played Girard twice. We played Jefferson twice, all just in our league. And those are 3 of the better teams in our area. And then, non-league, we played Liverpool twice, who is one of the better teams in the area this year. So, you can look at it a couple ways. You can kind of feel sorry for yourself and say, man, we're not winning some of those games. Or you can do what I think our girls bought into was, look, every game is going to prepare you for later, and it's going to prepare you for the tournaments. And hopefully that's what's happened. They battled through. We had some high points. We had some winning streaks. We had some low points and some losing streaks. But down the stretch here, I think we're playing some of our best volleyball. And I think a lot of those tough games we had, tough matches early, have prepared us for this.
What was the message after the end of the regular season? Just the record of the regular season is done and it's 0-0 and you kind of tournament time now?
It is, every coach, it's kind of like one of the coaches' cliche things to say. But at the same time, I felt like that last week of the season, we started to click on some things. And you don't want to say we're just forgetting that. You want to say, listen, we're going to use what we've had, this momentum that we've built up here. But yes, you go in and you say, look, it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what happened record-wise. And let's just go have some fun here in the tournament, see what happens.
You were looking at the stats from last night. Olivia Amelia had a really good night, 13 kills out of the middle. And it seemed like even though Columbiana's defense was really doing a good job, they couldn't really get a good secure block on your attack. So was attacking the middle part of the game plan as you went along to kind of try to attack the net presence of Columbiana and put as much pressure on their back row as possible?
We always like to set middle as much as we can and kind of establish middle and then work our way out from there because, we have 2 very good middles with Liv Melly and Madison Dado. Madison Dado is just so explosive. And if we can get those guys going and getting their middle blockers to respect them, then that just opens things up even more for our outsides. And, with Maria Primavera out there, one of the premier players in the area, really, if we can get her one-on-one blocks, it's really it's tough for people to stop her. Maddie Mook is out there swinging smart. If you saw her on the court, you'd say, man, she's not a very big girl. I can't believe she's an outside hitter, but she's one of the smartest hitters on our team, and she just has a lot of heart. So yeah, I think our setters, Jamie and Sarah do a great job of trying to get the middles established so that it opens everything up, and then we work our way to the outside, and then even on the right side with Ella Krumbacher, she's really come on this year and started to swing smart for us. And then unfortunately we had an injury to Bree Heiner, one of our seniors, but Gretchen Bartels has stepped in for her, and Hayden Carey has spent some time at that position for her. But those guys, they've worked so hard, and And even with those girls as well, our other senior leader, kind of starting everything for us is Gianna Pasquale, and she's done a great job at the libero position for us. So I guess I probably said too much when you just asked about the middles, but I think it kind of shows how we build things. We start in the middle, and then we kind of do work our way out from there.
No, you're good, because I was going to bring up a lot of those players anyway, and I'm still going to have you talk a little bit more about them, because Jamie Farron, I guess we'll go with her first, because she is the newest member of the 1,000 Assist Club at South Range. There are quite a few members in the last decade that have been able to get there. What did it mean to kind of see her reach that? I know she's a 3-year starter in that position in a 6-2 offense this year. What did it mean for you as a coach to see her get that 1,000th career assist?
Oh, it's awesome. You love to see kids get these milestones. The kids that really invest, and Jamie's one that if we had something for volleyball, she would be there. And it didn't matter. We went to a camp at YSU this summer where a lot of people were on vacation, and a lot of our upperclassmen and the girls that were probably going to be varsity starters couldn't make it. So Jamie was really one of the few varsity starters that was there, and she just battled. And it just shows what kind of competitor she is, what kind of heart she has. She is such a good player and such a good teammate. Everybody on the team just absolutely loves her. And I couldn't tell you how excited they were for her during that match at Mooney. They were all counting. And you, as a coach, you're kind of nervous about that because you don't want them to be distracted. But also as a coach, you're excited that they are probably more excited about that milestone than Jamie was that night. It was pretty neat.
All right, now I want to talk about libero and Gianna Pasquale, because South Range has been known for their liberos the last 10 years of this program. Jordan Youngs, Liza Garlow, Reagan, Libero Central. You can call it Libero Central in South Range. How has Gianna stepped into that role this year and really not missed a beat in the libero legacy of South Range?
Yeah. Don't forget Mary Coons in there too.
Mary Coons. I was just
I know.
So many.
Oh, trust me. Like we've had it is a legacy, just like you said. I mean, we just had some great liberos, and obviously it was excited for me as a dad to watch Reagan be a part of that. Now, Gianna has just stepped right in and done everything that we've asked her to do. And that included leading up into this year. It's been tough on her seeing all these other liberos play and say, that I want that to be me. I want that to be me. And then have to wait till your senior year to do it. But she has shown that she wants it more than anybody. And whether she's passing awesome on a night or maybe she struggles on a couple passes, she has just been an amazing leader for every girl, that whether she's a senior, whether she's a junior, sophomore, freshman, everybody loves G because they know that she's going to go out and she's going to be positive. She's going to work as hard as she can. She's not going to quit on any balls. I mean, she's just she's the type of girl you'd like to have starting those plays for you. So I'm proud of her. She's had a great year.
In a world where you don't really have to wait anymore for your opportunity, what does it say about her that she did wait and she did, do everything that her team wanted her to do in those 3 years leading up to her opportunity this year to be the libero?
Yeah, it says a lot about her. I mean, we in the past, you could ask her if you talked to her. We asked her at one point to be an outside hitter. We asked her to be a setter a little bit. In practice, if we needed a middle, she'd go in and be a middle. And you're right when you say that people a lot of times aren't willing to wait. People aren't willing to be just a great teammate, even if they're not the star on a team anymore. And a lot of people aren't. But Gianna's one of those that was a great teammate all the way through. And then it's led to this year where she's finally getting her shot on the court. And it's showing that she's just she's waited, but she's been working. She's awesome.
We cannot talk about Maria Primavera. You brought her up, one of the premier players in this area. Definitely the bloodline is there with her sister coming through South Range as well. How has she handled being the number one star on the scouting report of every team? I'm sure every team you go up against tries to get as many double blocks on her as possible, tries to slow her down. How has she kind of handled that and tried to kind of just find ways to still get points? You look at her stats, she's still getting those kills.
Oh, yeah.
Even if teams are trying to stop her.
She is. And I think, someone like her, she's pretty smart, and she knows that maybe not everything that she's going to get this year is going to be in the front row when she's swinging at the ball, because everybody knows when she's up there, they're going to get 2 blocks on her. When we talk about scouting reports, we talk about how important it is to get 2 blocks on this person or that person. And she knows that she's the one on our team that everybody is really concerned about. So she's found ways to, she swings out of the back row a lot. She's a very aggressive server, and she probably impacts the game as much defensively, digging the ball, She's in every serve receive formation for us. She's a girl that doesn't come off the floor. So I think she realized that to have a huge impact on this team didn't just have to be her swinging and hitting the ball, which is kind of what she's done in the past, but she can have an impact all the way around, and she does. And if you watched us play, she's got a huge impact on our team.
Boy, her defense last night too. I mean, 31 digs. She's been doing that all year with doubles in the digs and kills category. What does it say to her that she's bought into the defense too? And she's not just someone that goes out there and swings. She's bought into playing back row and doing some of the dirty work that doesn't really get into the limelight or the stat column.
Yeah, I mean it just shows you that's the kind of player that she is, and she's willing to do that, and she's willing on nights where she's not swinging great. A lot of players will say, I'm not swinging great, so I'm not going to play great defense tonight either. It's not, but she's not a player that lets that happen. If she's not swinging great, that she knows, well, I can still add to my team by being great on serve receive and nailing passes for my other teammates who are swinging, or I'm going to make sure that I dig every ball if I'm not going to get as many kills tonight. And sometimes just making an extra play or making a great hustle play can cause you to get going in the front row too. So no, she's done a great job.
When you bring up the nights where she's not swinging great, it seemed like early in the season, if she wasn't putting up her numbers, you guys would suffer offensively. What was the change midway through where other girls could have the confidence to step up and contribute, even if she didn't have a great night swinging and getting those kills?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really know the exact point or exactly what caused that, but the girls, the more experience you get in volleyball and the more situations you're put in, the more you're going to learn your lessons and you figure things out. And that's what's been happening with some of these young girls. You mentioned, Liv Melly, she's a junior and she's finally getting her chance, and she's explosive. And when she is on, like she was at times last night, she runs the net. She swings well. She blocks well. Even if she's not blocking it, she's touching the ball and slowing the ball down. And the same with Maddie Dado. She's another girl, somewhat like G, I guess, that she really has not been in the same position for 2 years now. As a freshman, when Maria went down, she was hurt. Maddie Dado had to come in and be a primary passer, outside hitter for us. And then last year, Maria came back, so we moved her to right side. So Maddie Dado played right side last year. And then this year, we needed a middle. And I went to her and I talked to her about it. And she said, Coach, I'll do whatever you want me to do. And if you've seen some of the times Maddie Dado has swung at the ball, she is the most explosive player we have, and probably one of the most explosive players on the court a lot of times that we played this year. And same thing with that, though, just the more experience that she got swinging at the ball, the more times those balls are hitting the floor and nobody's going to touch them.
All right, you have another tournament game coming up tomorrow. It'll be a long bus ride to Minter Lake Catholic for the 6:00 start against LaBrae. What kind of things are you looking for? Have you seen LaBrae at all? What kind of things do they pose a threat to? And what do you think are some key to victories for you guys to get into a district semifinal?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen LaBrae in person this year. Obviously, I've watched some films here recently. We played them last year in the tournament, and I've watched that film, and I was at that match. Obviously, I was filming. I wasn't able to coach last year, but I was filming it, and so I was kind of standing behind. I think we had a really good shot to win the match last year, but our passing kind of broke down. So I think they're going to keep pressure on you with their serves, and you got to make sure that your passing is on, which is always important for us. And the other thing is they have a girl, Riley McDonough, who I don't think this year we've played anybody like this. There's not many teams out there, but she leads her team in assists and she leads her team in kills both. And she's just a very smart player. You can just tell by the way she plays. There's a lot of things that she does that it almost looks like it's she's not trying very hard, but she just makes things look very easy. So I think she's going to be a key for us. If we can kind of control her and just have a good scouting report on her, know where she's going to put the ball, I think that's going to be our best shot to win because she's a very good player.
All right, before we let you go, I think I speak for everyone at YSN on how good it is to see you back on the sidelines, being able to coach this year. So I got to ask, what is it like for you to be able to be back, and how happy have you been this season, and how much have you treasured this season being back on the sidelines with this team?
Oh, it's been amazing. Early on that first match of the year, hearing the national anthem and standing out there, it got to me a little bit. To be honest, just how excited I was to be there. And little things like the national anthem and being able to talk to the girls afterwards and being on bus rides and things that sometimes like a bus ride can seem like such a pain, but you take those things for granted, and how much fun you sometimes have on the bus, or, with the girls just goofing around before practice or after practice, or, seeing them dance in the locker room and things like that. So, it's been awesome. It's just, I loved coming back, and then I loved coming back a couple years ago, and then obviously last year with a little setback I had to step away. But man, am I glad to be back on the sideline, and especially glad to be back on the sideline with Kaylee Luckland, who just she is such a hard worker as an assistant coach. People have no idea. She knows volleyball so well, but also the things that she does for our girls and for our school are unbelievable. I mean, she's constantly writing grants to raise money for our girls. She's asking me every day. She asked about tomorrow with the long bus ride. What do you want me to do? You want me to get some food? What can we do to make this bus ride better for them and make it better? And just being able to throw ideas off of her, has been awesome this year. And she also was the one that kind of was coaching with me before I got sick. And then last year, she kind of was the link that stayed in the program there. And then also when I came back, she's still here. So I can't say enough about the support that she gave me the whole time I was sick. And then now just how much I enjoy coaching with her.
That's probably why every sport wants her to be on the bench.
That's right. She's awesome.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow against LaBrae. We'll be rooting for you, and we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
All right. Thanks, Anthony. Good talking to you.